Office has been in contact with ATF.
"13 shot, 1 killed in what the police chief is calling the most horrific event in Collierville history. What we've learned about the woman who died.
And witness to a nightmare. We'll hear directly from those who watched in horror as the gunman opened fire and the Kroger employee who helped save customers' lives. Good Friday morning and welcome into Daybreak. I'm Zanetta Lowe.
I'm Todd Demers. You may not be aware, but Zanetta was one of the first reporters on the air with this story yesterday afternoon. I'm imagining you're on your way home.
I was headed in that direction, and actually on 385, the first sort of sign that something was wrong was an unmarked black police car that was going by me. Had to be close to 100. So one, that was just odd for that time of the afternoon. I actually got my phone out and thought maybe I should hit record because I don't know what's going to happen next. Right, but instead I called the TV station and I said, hey, just want you to know I saw one unmarked car followed by another one going at high rates of speed. And at that point, our assignment editor, our assignment manager said, we are getting information that there's a possible mass shooting at Kroger. By that point, I counted roughly 7 cruisers that went by me at over 100 miles per hour. Got off on the exit, got to the Kroger right at Byhalia and Poplar. At that time, they were securing the perimeter. I was able to park not super close, but in the parking lot. And it was a massive, chaotic scene.
What time of the day was this? This was right?
This was between 1:30 and 2 p.m. So right there at the front of the parking lot, law enforcement officials from every agency in the area were making their way there at the time. Again, tape had already started to go up. They were securing the scene, making sure people were okay, and just really trying to get a grasp on what started happening. And I just pulled my phone out and started recording.
And that's when we saw you on News Channel 3 yesterday afternoon, along with the rest of the team. And we have a lot of information to get to this morning when it comes to what happened yesterday, what we know, what happened overnight. And we're going to get to all of that information in just about 1 minute. I want to make sure folks can get out the door and know what's going on with the weather first. So let me do a quick look at the weather here. We're starting off with the fair skies and the light winds. Once again, comfortably cool conditions across the area. Most temperatures this morning are going to be in the 50s, and Storm Tracker 3S continues to be that clean sweep. No rain is expected. The dry, warm, stable weather pattern ahead for the weekend. So temperatures, much like yesterday, are going to be starting off mainly in the lower 50s. Not going to be surprised to see some upper 40s, but for most of us, low 50s this morning. Sunshine. Now, we do have the return of south and southwesterly winds, so you may notice a slightly warmer weather pattern, not just for today, but for the next couple of days. But even upper 70s and lower 80s will be quite comfortable across the area. The big news, it's going to remain dry for your entire weekend for all of your outdoor plans. Coming up, a closer look at the weekend and beyond and how long this little mini warm-up is going to last in the Mid-South. A complete check of your forecast in just a moment.
Back to our big story this morning. Collierville Police, with the help of federal law enforcement, is working to learn more about the gunman in yesterday's mass shooting. He lived at an apartment about a mile away from the Kroger where he opened fire. It's there that last night authorities executed a search warrant. We saw police officers and members of the ATF going in and out of the shooter's home, gathering evidence they hope will provide answers. So, what was his motive? Did anyone help him? Those kinds of questions. What we do know is that he worked in the store's deli department. Officials say he worked there as a third-party vendor. We've been told he was a sushi chef. Witnesses say he was armed with a long gun and was wearing dark clothes from head to toe.
It's just a big gun, that's all I know. And this person comes in dressed in black with maybe a shield over her face, I don't know for sure. And I heard pop, 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 and I'm just like, I can't believe it's for real.
I saw a little bit of him. All I saw was he looked like he was Asian with long black hair. And one of my coworkers got shot in the head. And a customer got shot in the stomach.
At this time, the shooter is deceased. We believe that's going to be from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Police swarmed the gunman's car and checked it for explosives, but as of this morning, police haven't said what they found in the car or the gunman's apartment. Now, the Collierville police chief said he plans to hold a news conference this morning. Perhaps then that's when we'll learn more about the shooter.
We are learning more about the woman who lost her life. Her name, Olivia King, a widow with 3 adult children. In a Facebook post, her son says she was shot in the chest and that paramedics performed CPR on her all the way to the hospital. Miss King was one of 13 people shot. There were so many victims that ambulances were called in from surrounding communities. Of the 9 patients taken to the regional hospital, 4 were in critical condition. 2 patients went to Baptist, 2 went to Methodist. Outside Regional 1, family members gathered, many unable to see their wounded relatives because of COVID restrictions. Back at the scene of the shooting, however, meantime, witnesses were describing the scene one of absolute horror.
I was just thinking, oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. He's going to shoot me. He's going to shoot me. That's the most horrifying experience I've ever had.
Now, some of those inside the store hid in a freezer. Others ran to the back only to be followed by the gunman. One employee who's worked at Kroger for 32 years ushered co-workers and customers to safety.
The first call came into police at 1:30 yesterday afternoon. The response was immediate. Turns out one Collierville police officer was already there, so more showed up within 4 minutes. Soon, other law enforcement agencies were assisting, including Memphis Police, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, TBI, and the ATF. Despite the massive show of force, Collierville's police chief says it was the actions of one of the workers and customers who saved lives.
One of the things that I saw as I entered that building today, the training that's gone on in this community and across this country for years saved people's lives today. How many of you have heard of Run, Hide, Fight? That's exactly what those people today did. We had 44 employees that were inside at the time this started, and we've accounted for everyone.
Run, hide, fight. That's a phrase promoted by the Department of Homeland Security in cases of an active shooter situation. The method emphasizes confronting the shooter only as a last resort when hiding or running is not an option. By the way, there was dramatic video that was shared across social media yesterday. It showed a man on the roof of Kroger with his hands up. Turned out, according to police, he was a construction worker doing some repairs on the roof. After determining he was not a threat, police helped him down.
4:38 is our time now. It is Friday. We're about to get into the weekend with dry conditions continuing across the area. Storm Tracker 3S, we're watching the remnants of that storm across the Great Lakes. We told you about that yesterday. Yes, that is another cold front trying to make its way into the Mid-South. The clouds and the rain will remain well to the north. This cold front will wash out as it gets a little bit closer to us. High pressure will dig in. But as the cold front moves through, there may be a brief period of time where we get some north and northwesterly winds, but that's not going to be reinforcing any of the cooler air. Dry conditions. Storm Tracker 3S will remain quiet. Yesterday, our high temperature ended up at 78 degrees. You'll notice 84 and 63 are considered the norms. Temperatures in the 70s for this time of year certainly hard to beat, although we will be warming 80s over the weekend. 56 right now. The winds are calm. The temperatures are still in the process of falling. We're still a couple of hours out from sunrise this morning. Most locations are dropping to near 50. I have Oxford, Corinth, Dyersburg, and Jonesboro right at 50 degrees. And since we have a couple of more hours of cooling to go, those mid and upper 40s are going to be quite likely across the area. Here's your forecast. 79 for the high. Sunshine. Those winds continuing from the south and southwest. So here it is by midday, and some lower 70s in the outlying areas. It's Friday afternoon, Friday evening. If you are heading out tonight, temperatures will be falling through the 60s. And then for tomorrow, we'll start the day mid and upper 50s. So you'll notice how that southerly flow has been slowly warming us up. Tomorrow morning, it will be comfortable. It will be cool, but not as cool as what we've experienced the past couple of days. And high temperatures are going to be recovering back into the 80s. And for those of you that are heading out, maybe some Friday night football, and it seems lately there's even Thursday night football when it comes to the high school, we are talking about temperatures temperatures cooling back down into the mid and upper 60s at the halftime. Ooh, not 85 by game time over. That's 65 degrees. I need to correct that. That would throw a flag on the play, right? We're talking 65 by the end of the game. Low pressure moving out, the cold front moving across the area. Here's that high pressure that's going to be building in across the Mid-South. Remember how I mentioned we'll get that brief northerly flow with that cold front moving through? It's not going to last long, because as high pressure moves out, we'll continue to see the southerly winds returning across the area, and through the weekend that's going to begin that warm up of those temperatures here from across the Mid-South. And you'll see that pretty clearly here on the 7 and 10 day outlook. Nearing 80 for today, lower 80s for your Saturday, and then mid 80s by the time we get to Sunday. Now that's all the combination of the sunshine and the southerly flow. Overnight low temperatures are also creeping up across the area as well. Heading into next week, we'll even briefly go into the mid and upper 80s before that next cold front arrives. +3 on the forecast shows the cooler air returning rather rapidly. Temperatures dropping back down, but rain chances do remain minimal at this time. But what we will have to watch carefully will be the timing of that next cold front. If it moves in a little bit quicker, we may not see those temperatures making their way all the way up to near 90 degrees. Those temperatures may continue to be mainly in the 80s. And of course, we talked yesterday about the Mid-South Fair getting underway. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be mainly in the 80s as we make our way through the weekend, and so it's looking pretty good out there. But that 6 to 10 day outlook does show the above normal temperatures for us. That's what you just saw on that 7 and 10 day outlook a moment ago. So again, temperatures tonight, in case you're heading out for the Friday night football, and somebody usually is. Again, that was not 85 degrees at 10 o'clock, about 65 degrees.
A very big difference. So maybe I take the jacket and the blanket today.
Not a bad idea to have just in case, because you know when the sun's out, everything's going to be fine. But once the sun sets and the chill kind of...
You're going to feel it a little bit.
You're not moving around as much out there in the stands. The football players are going to be loving this weather.
Oh yeah, they'll be fine.
But you know, if you're out in the stands, it's going to be a little bit cooler.
Well, another way to warm up. All right, thank you, Todd. Coming up, our coverage of the mass shooting at Kroger will continue. When we come back, the response from Kroger's corporate office.
The #1 morning newscast, WREG News Channel 3.
4:44 the time now. Welcome back, everyone, to Daybreak. Yesterday's shooting in Collierville is the third at a Kroger in recent years.
6 months ago, a man in Boulder, Colorado killed 10 people at a King Soopers grocery store, which is owned by Kroger. And in October 2018, a white male shot and killed 2 black people in a racially motivated attack. Here's what Kroger said in response to yesterday's shooting.
We're saddened and heartbroken by what happened here today. It is an emotional roller coaster, as you can imagine. And we, of course, have provided counseling for every associate who's here today. And we will continue to do that. We'll also close the store. It will remain closed until further notice. And we just want to say thank you to the police department, to the first responders who were rushing in as people were rushing out.
That was Teresa Dickerson with Kroger Corporate Delta Division. I got a chance to ask her yesterday if there was a security guard at the store. She said she'd have to get back to us.
4:46 is our time now, and as we make our way into the weekend, we've had a very pleasant week weather-wise, very comfortable temperatures and conditions, but you'll notice on Storm Tracker 3S how the southerly winds are returning. The sweep continues to be clean. It will remain dry for us across the area, but we are anticipating a slow warm-up as we make our way into the weekend with some mid and upper 70s this afternoon, lower 80s over the weekend. But as you can see, we are going to start the day once again on a cool note. Most locations will be in the 50s. So as we make our way into the weekend, more sunshine, temperatures are climbing, it's still dry. I'll be talking about the next frontal boundary trying to move into the area and its potential impact on our weather here in the Mid-South. That will show up on the 7-day outlook. Stick around, we'll have more on that. And we are talking football and Daybreak Sports coming up next.
Now, Samaria Terry, News Channel 3 Sports.
Last night was Thursday night, so of course we had some high school football. Let's start over at Melrose Tresman versus Middle College, and this one was all knotted up 6-all in the third when Jeff was able to get there. Keon Brown on the keeper. Bears taking a 14-6 lead. Bulldogs, though, will answer. Just hand the ball off to Brandon Mitchell. He'll do the rest, taking this one 90 yards to the house to tie up the game. Middle College gets the win last night, 20-14, remaining undefeated. All right, let's go over to Booker T. Freedom Prep looking to advance to 3-1 in region play, taking on Kip. Ernest Gilliams finding Damon Anthony for an easy 6 in the back of the end zone. Second quarter now, handoff to Desi Hemphill. I call his name every week. I feel like this kid just continues to make plays, barrels across the goal line. Eagles go on to win this one 35-14. Now, when 901 FC scores a goal, it's probably coming from this guy, Kyle Murphy. He now holds the club record with 14 goals, and there's still 9 more matches remaining in the season. Those 14 goals also puts him tied for second in league play. Head coach Ben Pierman highlighting the club's lone goal from Wednesday night, which came from, of course, Murphy, and what the fort means to the team and the fan base.
Their goalkeeper's known for some mistakes sometimes with his feet, and don't give up. And it's less about them, it's more about don't give up, stay on top of it, stay on top of it. And he did, and as you saw, you know, I don't know if it hit him or their guy, but it went in. Good pressure, I mean, that's Kyle. He doesn't stop, you know. There's a reason he's our guy. There's a reason, you know, we want to build our club around him. He's class, you know, and it's infectious to the staff, to the fans, to the players, to his teammates. It's infectious. That's what we want.
And Tigers defensive back Greg Rubin leads the nation in pass breakups with 10. The true freshman from White Station has 18 total tackles and 1 tackle for loss after 3 games, including 8 tackles in the Tigers win over Mississippi State. Now, Rubin says he doesn't mind teams targeting him because of his age.
I knew they were going to go at me because I was a freshman. So, yeah, I embraced it. You know, I liked it because they give me a chance to make plays, you know what I mean? And I like to compete.
The thing that I keep saying about these young men that I just love coaching them, and I said it last year too, they just have a fight to them. They just have a belief to them. They just keep playing. It might look ugly, and then they're making a play. Then they might play really well. The whole team's that way. There's no doubt about it. But I'm with the defensive guys all the time, and they just keep fighting, keep playing.
And the Tigers host UTSA Saturday at 2:30. Well, that's all I have for sports. I'm Samaria Terry, News Channel 3 Daybreak.
It's crazy, to be honest, because you'll never think nothing like this right here happening in Collierville. You know what I'm saying? You'll look for it to happen in Memphis or, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in Chicago or something. You'll never look for it to happen like right here.
That woman told us her mother-in-law was inside Kroger when the shooting started and thankfully was not injured. A lot of people were worried about loved ones yesterday. Our coverage of the Kroger mass shooting continues throughout the morning.
Time now 6 minutes before the top of the hour. The view right now from our Cotton Exchange camera. I know you're waiting to see the bridge all lit up. We must have some barge traffic coming through because right now they've turned the lights off. But otherwise, it is indeed a calm start to our day all across the area. Storm Tracker 3S has been watching the past couple of days as the remnants of the storm that brought us the rain earlier in the week continues to circulate across much of the Great Lakes into the northeast. So we're fine, but we're also watching that next cold front that will bring rain to the north of us. This is a frontal boundary that will pretty much dissolve as it gets a little bit closer to us here in the Mid-South over the next 24 to 36 hours. So I'm once again not expecting any precipitation. A very dry, very stable weather pattern setting up for us here as we make our way through the weekend. 56 degrees right now. The winds are calm. The winds are swirling. They will be light and from the south and southwest for the better part of the day. Temperatures around the region are in the process of falling, so we are still holding in the upper 40s and lower 50s across much of the area. Dyersburg, Corinth, and Oxford at 50 degrees. And remember, we still have another hour or two of cooling, so I am anticipating temperatures to dip down into the 40s before the day starts, especially in the outlying areas. Then as the day wears on, the temperatures will be recovering back through the upper 70s. Some areas could make their way into the lower 80s, especially if we have some light winds across the area. So let's go ahead and take that tour, shall we? This is showing at 5 o'clock this afternoon at 78 degrees. You notice the fair skies. Heading into the evening hours, the light winds continuing from the southwest, temperatures dropping through the 60s by about bedtime. And for those getting up early tomorrow morning, there are still some farmers markets out there, even though it's late in the season. We are talking about mid to upper 50s to start the day. So it is going to be noticeably warmer as we start the day tomorrow. Highs back up into the low 80s throughout the course of the afternoon. So kind of keep that in mind as you're making your plans, how the temperatures are indeed going to be climbing here across the area with the return of that southerly flow. So for this afternoon, I'm going to go with 79 degrees, sunny, nice weather ahead, south and southwesterly winds. As we head through the evening hours, we'll drop into the mid 50s and again some lower 50s possible for the outlying areas, and then the warm up really begins as afternoon high temperatures are right back up into the low 80s underneath that sunshine for your Saturday. So again, the low is moving out, cold front is moving through, high pressure building in, but as that area of high pressure moves off towards the east, it will keep that southerly flow returning to the area, and that's what really will help bring those temperatures up as we make our way through the weekend. And you see that pretty clearly here. The weather is still very mild. It's very dry, very stable, very comfortable, but because of those southerly winds returning, you are going to notice how the temperatures are just slowly climbing through the weekend. So we're in the low and mid 80s, which is perfectly normal. Don't change around any of your plans. We may even climb into the mid and upper 80s on Monday and Tuesday. That's when the next cold front will be pushing across the area. Rain chances and cooler weather will be ahead for much of next week. But as you can see here, those rain chances are going to remain minimal across the area. So while I may be talking about a slight chance of rain, nothing to get too excited about just quite yet.
Oh, a very mild forecast, something to enjoy as
good looking weekend ahead.
Early into fall. Thank you, Todd. Coming up on Daybreak, we continue our coverage of the deadly mass shooting at the Kroger in Collierville. Stay with us.
WREG in Memphis. This is News Channel 3 Daybreak.
The rear of Kroger is secure and multiple subjects down at the rear of Kroger.
The Kroger store in Collierville, police and first responders racing to the scene.
And here he comes right behind us, starts shooting. And he kept on shooting.
One person killed, 12 others injured, and then the gunman taking his own life. The police chief calls it the most horrific event in Collierville history. It's 5 o'clock on your Friday morning. I'm Zanetta Lowe.
And I'm Todd Demers. That Kroger location will remain closed today. Counseling will be made available to the employees there. Zanetta, we understand you were the first reporter on the scene yesterday, and from everything that I've noticed, it looks like the response was immediate and expansive. It was covered.
It was absolutely immediate. There were a number of Collierville police officers, Memphis Police, Shelby County Sheriff's Office deputies, agencies from all around the surrounding areas that converged upon the scene. And we later found out, of course, that there was a Collierville police officer already there or nearby, so the response time was immediate. You're seeing the pictures there. This is what it looked like when I arrived. I was in my personal car, pulled up, was able to park in the parking lot at the time. They were securing the perimeter with that yellow tape that you see there on their screen. Again, already there, they were trying to figure out, of course, what was going on. Several of us kind of sort of at the back at that time, but a number of agencies on the scene speaking with employees. We began to see them walking out, embracing one another. And the other thing I want to note is this is a very busy shopping area. So the images that you're seeing here are of the Kroger parking lot, sort of from the vantage point of Byhalia Road.
Right.
The intersection of of Byhalia and Poplar, this is a very busy sort of commercial area. There's a Walgreens nearby, a Target across the street, the same one that had been closed for a while due to the fire. Imagine driving down that road and people just lining the streets. I happened to talk to business owners, parents in the area because the school was on lockdown.
Right.
People were texting because they knew I worked for the television station saying, is this true? What's going on? I talked to one business owner close by. She said, I'm safe. My door is locked. I'm inside. There were a number of people just standing outside trying to figure out what was going on, what's next, are we safe? Of course, they found out they were, but everything just stopped.
And this is one of those times where you're able to coordinate here with the newsroom at the television station,
Right.
say what's going on. So from our end, we're getting information from the police, and
Right.
there you are on the ground.
Well, my first note was that I saw a number of police cars traveling at a rate of speed that I typically don't see for an accident. Don't get me wrong, they move very fast, but I could tell by their sense of urgency that it was something else. That led me to pick up the phone, call the station. They said, here's what we're hearing on the scanner, and it all just happened from there.
We have a lot of coverage, things that you may not know about just quite yet that we have learned from overnight. We're going to share that with you in just a moment. Let me get folks out the door in case they're leaving with a quick look at the weather, because it is indeed Friday, and across the area we're excited about the weekend as far as it being dry and any of your plans across the area. Weather should not be a problem. Storm Tracker 3S continues to be a clean sweep across the area. Our rain chances will remain minimal across the area for the next several days. So the big story will be temperatures this morning, upper 40s and lower 50s. It will be crisp and cool, and then throughout the course of the afternoon with the sunshine and southerly winds, we will be warming back up. We're talking about a high closer to 80, and as we head through the weekend, maybe even into the low and mid 80s throughout the course of the afternoon. We'll talk more about the weekend and beyond. I have another look at your forecast coming up in just a moment.
We are continuing our Team 3 coverage of that deadly shooting at the Kroger in Collierville. Jarita Patterson and Quimitra Wilborn are standing by, as you see there. But first, we want to catch you up to speed with everything that happened. Our Simone Woolridge is live at the Kroger at Poplar and Byhalia Road in Collierville. Simone, a very different scene out there this morning compared to what we all saw yesterday.
Zanetta, we are now several hours into this investigation here, but as you can imagine, the pain, the heartbreak, the questions still remain this morning, and those questions are trying to be answered by some of the investigators here. Yeah, certainly a different scene this morning, but still a scene here, of course. We have several Collierville police officers still on scene this morning. Of course, we have sheriff's crime tape right here. Do not cross, just blocking people off here. Of course, people cannot come to this Kroger today because it is closed. But I do want to catch you up to speed on what happened here and what we do know this morning. So the first call came in about a possible shooting at the Kroger on Poplar and New Byhalia Road in Collierville just after 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Officers were on the scene within minutes, so the response was very quick. When officers entered the store, they found multiple people shot and employees in hiding. Multiple witnesses report hearing at least a dozen shots. It's just heartbreaking, just scary to think about. Some customers made it out of the store. Employees had others take shelter, even inside of a cooler. Collierville Police Chief Dale Lane confirmed 13 people were shot, one of them fatally, and the suspected shooter is also dead this morning, possibly from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So Lane even called it, quote, the most horrific event that has occurred in Collierville history. Just let that part sink in there. ATF and bomb squad officers cleared the shooter's car after finding it in front of the store. Take a listen to this.
My past knowledge of these incidents around the country, there have been times where there have been booby traps and things like that.
So Kroger issued this statement earlier. Take a look. It says the entire Kroger family offers our thoughts, prayers, and support to the individuals and families of the victims during this very difficult time. We are cooperating with local law enforcement who have secured the store and the parking lot. The statement also goes on to say the store will remain closed while the police investigation continues, and we have initiated counseling services for our associates. To protect the integrity of the ongoing investigation, we are referring questions to the Collierville Police Department. So, of course, as I mentioned, a lot of questions remain this morning. A lot of families, so many people were involved in this. People are just heartbroken and people are just asking more questions. So, of course, this investigation is still unfolding. We'll try to keep you up with the very latest here. Of course, we will be here all day today as investigators are still on scene here to keep you up to speed with the very latest. But for now, we are reporting live in Collierville this morning. Simone Woolridge, WRUG, News Channel 3.
All right, Simone, thank you very much. And a Mid-South man pulled out his cell phone during all of this chaos as a man on the roof of the Kroger was trying to tell police where the shooter was. Jason Lusk shared this video with us. It shows a man with his arms up trying to help police find the suspect. Then he started pointing down towards the parking lot as officers armed with guns moved closer to the scene. Lusk says he got down when he heard gunfire.
I crawled around to the passenger seat in my vehicle, opened the passenger door, opened it, and got my phone out and was able to catch some of the shots on video, and then the police arriving. I stopped videoing at some points because I was in fear for my life.
Add that Lusk was not hurt. He says he never saw that shooter. News Channel 3 was able to get video from behind the Kroger store where many of those shooting victims were found. The FBI evidence team, along with ATF agents, continuing to search for clues this morning. Officers were armed with rifles and the bomb squad was also there.
Victims has been identified as Olivia King, a family member and Collierville alderman confirmed late yesterday evening that she was killed in the shooting. King was a regular parishioner at her Catholic church in Collierville. A Facebook post says she is a widow and a mother to 3 adult children. Now, several others are in the hospital this morning after being hurt at the store yesterday. Our Kwamitra Wilborn is live at the Regional Medical Center where many of those victims were taken. So, Kwamitra, something to note is our hospitals are already nearly full with COVID-19 patients, making something else like this extremely difficult for medical staff.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Zanetta. You know, people over here at the hospital and at several other hospitals across the Mid-South were very busy attending to those patients yesterday. You know, you may remember just about a month ago, there was a letter signed by every emergency department head in the county. It was sent out to Shelby County leaders. At the time, they were asking for indoor mask mandates, but something that was noted in the letter was that if they don't get a hold on the COVID-19 hospitalizations, they would have a very difficult time time if there were ever to be a mass casualty event such as a mass shooting. And here we are the day after a mass shooting took place in Shelby County. 9 of those victims, 9 of the 13 victims were brought to Regional Medical Center yesterday, the Mid-South's only trauma center. There were helicopters airlifting victims to the hospital, while at least 8 ambulances arrived on the scene. 4 of those 9 victims were listed as in critical condition last night. And as you know, one of the victims passed away, like you just mentioned, Olivia King. One of the witnesses of the shooting says she actually talked to one of the victims who was shot while they were still inside Kroger.
There was a lady that had been shot on the floor. I kept her flat on her abdomen, and I said, "Where are you hurt?" And she said, "In my chest."
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking to hear that. We know at least one person was in surgery yesterday after being shot, and 2 patients went to Baptist and 2 went to Methodist. Now, we do plan on getting at least more answers that, like Simone had just said, there's a lot of questions. But right now, we're hoping to get a few of the answers to those questions later this morning. Collierville Police plans on hosting a press conference, and so we're hoping to learn more about the victims and the shooter. Reporting live in the Medical District, Kwame Wilborn, WREG News Channel 3.
Thank you. As you mentioned, still a lot to learn this morning. All right, switching gears to more breaking news we're following. A man is dead after a shooting at Memphis's largest employer. It happened at the FedEx employee drop-off area on Democrat Road, not too far from the airport. So far, detectives have released few details about the shooting, telling us a man was shot in the parking lot off Democrat Road, then taken to the hospital where he later died. Now, 2 people have been detained. Officers have not said what led to the violence.
Quiet, calm, and cool as we're getting our Friday started. Storm Tracker 3S is watching another frontal boundary that'll dissolve as it approaches the Mid-South over the weekend. So no major changes. It will remain dry. It will be a little bit warmer as the southerly winds return to the area. We hit 78 for the high yesterday, with 84 and 63 considered normal for this time of year. Right now the temperatures are still falling, currently at 58 degrees. The winds happen to be calm. Remember, southerly winds will be continuing throughout the course of the day, and that's going to slowly warm us up throughout the afternoon. But right now we're at 49 in Dyersburg, 50 Corinth and Oxford, and across the area for today 79 with the sunshine and the southerly winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Still delightful weather ahead across the area. You'll notice that by this afternoon into the evening hours, it's Friday. You may be getting out of work a little bit early. Throughout the evening hours, heading out tonight, our temperatures will drop through the 60s, and then by daybreak tomorrow morning it will be comfortable, but it won't be as cold, with most locations in the mid and upper 50s warming back up into the 80s throughout the course of the afternoon. If you are heading out tonight with some Friday night football, we're in the mid 70s as you're getting the game underway, about 70 degrees at halftime, and then in the mid 60s on your way back home. Let's take a closer look at the rest of the weekend now. High temperatures warming into the low and mid 80s, but it's still going to be dry. It's still going to be very pleasant. Maybe not as nice as the weather was yesterday, which was pretty much near perfect. But as we head through the weekend, the warm up is beginning across the area. We may even run into the upper 80s for early next week, but another cold front already knocking on our door. Rain chances will remain minimal, although I do see another shot of some cooler air returning to the Mid-South by the time we get to the middle of next week. Keep that in mind. Dry, mild weekend ahead. Rain chances remaining minimal across the area.
That's what we like to hear as we are heading into a weekend. All right, thank you, Todd. Coming up, our coverage continues this morning of the deadly mass shooting at the Kroger, Collierville. Stay with us.
Our Team 3 coverage of the mass shooting in Collierville continues here on Daybreak, and this morning there are still a lot of questions that have been left unanswered this morning about who was responsible for killing one person and injuring 12 others at that Kroger in Collierville. Police found the suspected shooter in the store with what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Last night, law enforcement began searching an apartment where they say the shooter lived, which is about a mile away from that Kroger. Now, our Drita Patterson is live this morning close to where that search actually happened. Drita, we have a source telling us that the shooter actually worked at that Kroger store, but not necessarily a Kroger employee.
Yeah, it appears this person was a vendor working inside that Kroger. But Todd, the apartment complex just behind me, extremely quiet now. But yesterday, folks, this was a crime scene. So local, state, even federal law enforcement, they were extremely busy investigating several crime scenes. The Madison at Schilling Farms complex just behind me became one of those places. We actually witnessed local as well as federal agents with ATF executing a search warrant as they were looking inside a unit believed to be where the gunman lived. Of course, police are not saying very much. They do not want to compromise this investigation, but we can surmise they were looking for evidence, anything at all that could help them better understand exactly what unfolded inside the Collierville Kroger, folks, which is about a mile and a half away from where we're currently located. We have learned a little bit of information pertaining to the gunman. We have been told that, again, he worked inside that Kroger, a third-party vendor working in the deli area. Police and ATF agents once more searching his apartment. Something else we have learned, the store had 44 employees and countless shoppers inside during the time of this shooting. They are telling us that it sounded like balloons that were popping. Another shopper telling us that she actually saw the shooter come into the store with a, quote, big gun. Here's more from the person we spoke with.
This person comes in dressed in black with maybe a shield over her face, I don't know for sure. And I heard pop, 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 and I'm just like, I can't believe it's for real.
Yes, surreal to say the least. Police have not released the name of the shooter just yet, the man who called the complex behind me home. But you can bet we are really pushing for more answers, more details. But I can tell you again, the Madison at Schilling Farms apartment complex is extremely quiet now. But there's a lot, again, that is still playing out as this investigation continues on. We are live in Collierville. Drita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
Absolutely right. Much more to learn. Thank you so much. Mid-South lawmakers offered their prayers to the victims and thanks to police and first responders. Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland wrote on Twitter, "Our hearts go out to our neighbors in Collierville who are facing the pain of this tragic event in their community."
5:20 is our time now. It is calm and quiet when it comes to our weather this morning. Storm Tracker 3S indicating a clean sweep across the region with the return of those southerly winds. Our temperatures, and you may have noticed this, our temperatures over the past couple of days have slowly begun to climb. Now, that doesn't take away from the very cool and comfortable start that we're going to have. The skies will remain clear, temperatures down into the lower 50s, and I've already seen a couple of upper 40s for some of our surrounding communities, but we're going to be all warming to near 80 before the day is through. The other big question is what's happening over the weekend. We're looking at more sunshine, and those temperatures will continue to climb, and it will remain dry across the area. Our next frontal boundary looks like it's trying to work its way into the area by early next week, but the rain chances associated with that front remain minimal. So a little bit of a warm up, the cold front, and a cool back down by the end of next week. But remember, the dry and stable weather pattern is expected to continue right on through the weekend. A closer look at the forecast, including that 7-day, is coming up. Our Team 3 coverage of the mass shooting in Collierville will continue. Stay with us for more of Daybreak.
5:23 on your Friday morning. One last time, we want to give you the very latest on the situation at the Kroger in Collierville. Here's what we know this morning. A gunman opened fire at the store. 1 victim died and 12 more hurt. Police say the suspect then took his own life. The FBI, ATF, and the TBI are all assisting in the investigation. Our crews will continue to work to get answers.
The view this morning from our tower cam here in the News Channel 3 backyard. We have light winds, so pretty much a glassy effect going on the mighty Mississippi River. You'll notice on Storm Tracker 3S, very quiet for the immediate Memphis and the Mid-South area. Our next frontal boundary is still well back to our north and northwest, and while it will be sweeping across the country, it's not packing a punch when it comes to colder air, and it's really not packing a punch when it comes to stormy weather as well. A few clouds, the shower activity will be well to the north. I'm anticipating a dry weather pattern to continue for our area for the foreseeable future. For the next 5 to 7 days, we should remain dry. But Storm Tracker 3S will continue to